I'm beginning to, and I know y'all might get a little upset with me on this one, but I'm beginning to view LeBron James as a Muhammad Ali in some sense. Dr. Oleka?
Well, as the resident Kentuckian in this conversation,
exactly.
I can't quite put LeBron James with Muhammad Ali for a number of different reasons. Look, it's one thing to be a patriot and to be critical of your country. I think in order to be a patriot, you have to be involved, you have to be active, you have to be civically engaged. LeBron James certainly does all of those things. I wish that he would have said something a bit different in this instance. Looking at these comments specifically, as you already mentioned, obviously we want Brittney Griner to come home. I don't think she's going to leave Russia in large part because the American government helped her and say, well, now let me go to France or Italy or some other country. She will want to come home with her friends and her family because she's an American. And to everyone's point, we ought to value her and treat her equally across the board as we should all Americans. The other aspect of this, though, in terms of his patriotism and whether or not he's questioning his country, I have great concern with somebody who quite literally is a billionaire because of the American system, all of a sudden having all these comments and rejections of it when it is by definition the reason why you are wealthy. LeBron James is an individual who has incredible talent, incredible basketball talent, incredible business savvy. He is an entertainer and entrepreneur. All of those things collectively, because he was born in these United States, this is why he is a billionaire and can do all of the things that he is doing. This country is the reason why he is great. He is great, and that's the reason why this country is great. Those things should go together, and LeBron James, I think, should be celebrating those things and want to bring Brittney Griner home so she, too, can celebrate in the American experiment.
So if LeBron was born in Nigeria, he wouldn't be great? Like, that doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense. What I'm saying is that because LeBron James was born in the United States, born in Ohio, he played basketball in the National Basketball Association, which is popular because of the United States and because of the endorsements that he got because of companies in the United States like Nike. He is now a billionaire because he's involved in Hollywood, which I think is located in the United States. He now has significant wealth. So when you talk about the United States government, the American government and the American people, and whether or not we care a whole lot about our citizens, you would do well to remember it is because of this American experiment that you are wealthy. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think that LeBron James owes America a false narrative. I don't think he owes America that because he's a billionaire. I don't think he owes America anything because he's a billionaire. That's the way America is set up. It's set up by the people, for the people. This is where you could come for the opportunity to become who or whatever you like to become. It doesn't mean that it is a country without faults. And it doesn't mean that it is a country that he can't use his constitutional rights to speak out about. His money speaks for itself. So he doesn't have to go around saying how rich and wealthy he is because of America. But what he does have to say, because his money and his wealth can pull the wool over people's eyes and show America in a way that maybe you don't really see the deep roots of what it really is in its racism towards Black people. And LeBron James has experienced that, and he has talked about those experiences. And for him to pretend like they don't exist because he's a billionaire is asinine to me. It's actually a false narrative that we shouldn't have. Listen, I believe that I'm on the radio and I'm on television and I have all of these gifts of gab because of my father. But my father has also had some addiction problems. So what am I? Because I was born, I am not allowed to understand the flaws of my father as well as the greatness of my father. I don't think that has anything to do. Him being a billionaire has nothing to do with the problems that he has with America. But what it does have to do is that because he's a billionaire and because this is a capitalist country, we listen to people with money. And we put our foots and our necks on people without it. So he is the one who should rightfully speak out about what is wrong in this country.
The narrative itself is only something that gets pushed upon Black Americans and other minorities. That, you know, it's echoing the shut up and play basketball comments, you know, that, and sort of takes away LeBron's actual voice. I mean, what he's actually talking about, and what's fairly common, is you see a lot of athletes growing up in the United States, going abroad, playing sports, and settling in Europe. And it goes kind of back to, you remember, sort of post-World War I, where you had African American soldiers that fought for this country, but decided to settle in Europe because, they were treated more as equals. It goes along those lines. And he should be very comfortable in saying something like that.
Yeah, my problem hold that thought, Alicia. My problem is with those who say, you're rich, you have no business speaking out. Look at you. Like, I resent when specifically white people say, well, you're a football player. I mean, come on. Look at what we did for you. It's just ridiculous. It's asinine to me to put a muzzle on someone because they benefited from the country that they have a right to benefit from.